It's trying it, and we are trying it with a different video today. Now, I've already pre-watched this, but it made me feel so passionate. And I talked to someone else as I was watching it and said, like, bro, you should get your words or your things out there. So I was just like, fine, 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 fine. Let's do this. So I'm going to be talking about Asmongold today. And right. I want to get this straight that as a lot of stuff that he does on his content is very much true. I agree with a lot of it, but he got to a point where he was saying stuff that obviously I don't quite approve of. So we're going to obviously go over to the video that I'm in question or in talking about now. And yeah, we're going to get really into this. I want to firstly start that this is just me, like everyone else, having an opinion and obviously disagreeing with him. But I also am going to be showing hardcore, crazy evidence. And it's not even just broken evidence, it's just evidence that if you see this, this is what it is. And what I think is happening is because it's like loot box games have been turned into a level of a sexism or an ism or a racism type thing of it's a loot box game. I'm now racist to lootism or whatever it's called. They are definitely bad. They are definitely predatory, and they definitely are a problem. But not all games should be put in that category. Now let me just quickly find this. So I am a mobile gamer. I do only mobile content on my channel. So yeah, that's my thing. Obviously, futures I might do console and other things, which is where I started from, but we'll talk about that a bit later. Okay, so let's go through this because I had it all pre-set up already, but now there we go. So we're gonna listen to him, and we're gonna see, but at the same time, I'm gonna be like, brah, 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 brah.
There's something about it that caught my eye, and I figured that, you know what, I might as well take a look at this and, see where the content's at. Here we go. Europe is banning all gacha and MMOs. Let's find out.
Okay.
I covered an article from Games Industry on my other channel, where I post videos like this pretty regularly, actually, that confirmed there were a grand total of 18 countries that were backing a report calling for countries to regulate loot boxes in video games. I've actually, in like the time that I've spent trying to learn about this kind of stuff, I've been reading that report and a number of other reports as well. I'll have to show you guys what some of this stuff is. According to that one, here's some numbers for you guys. 23% of kids in Scotland, ages 11 to 16, gambled on loot boxes. 23.
So I'll stop right there. Gambling on loot boxes. Yes. Gambling in the basic ways is you put money in and you have a chance of getting it, basically. And most of the time, the house always wins. All right. Of course, if it's good enough or it's a certain type of game, that will happen. So far, so good. I'm cool with it. Completely true. Completely a problem. Fine with it so far. All right. Let's keep going.
Percent. And on top of that, over half of the top 100 grossing games on the Apple and Google Play Store had loot boxes on them. Yeah, only 23%. Yeah, basically. That's what it was. And then on top of that, inside of those, it was like 58 and 59% respectively on the Google Play Store and the Apple Play Store. 88 or 85% of them were marketed for ages 12 and over. Yeah. So they're marketed for kids. I've got the receipt.
So that's a good point, and that's really critical. Don't get me wrong. There are supposed to be parents, okay? Parents are supposed to do their job, okay? There should be no way the parents are letting them do that. Like, kids don't just go out and earn a wage and spend it. They get it from somewhere. And if they're spending 10, 20K, the parents are enabling them to do that. Okay, it could be put out to the audience, but that audience should really mostly be free to play or light spenders because their parents limit them. So really and truly, the real currency should be coming from 18 and plus. But that's not the true issue here. But he's saying that obviously kids are being predatory and stuff like that. Well, parents need to go and do some work, man. Like, what? But, it's fine at the moment. It hasn't even begun yet. It's not even begun yet. Let's carry on.
Boys. include gacha games like Genshin Impact, Punishing Gray Raven, Azure Lane, Arknights, but more than that, non-gacha games like Overwatch, Apex Legends, League of Legends, or Lost Ark. This report, this decision by an overwhelming number of countries spells potential doom for the entire online gaming industry.
So let me stop there. As I've played League of Legends and as I understand, League of Legends is not paid to win. Okay? You don't need the characters to win, as far as I understand. Okay? Like, you can grind them out and get them either eventually. I think I've played the mobile version. This is what it's like. Or you buy them outright. It's a choice. You don't really need it to win. Now, let's just say I'm wrong with this scenario and the new character comes out and he's just broken. They will probably balance it and scale it or whatever. And then by the system of you just naturally unlocking it, it's nothing like Diablo Immortal where it will take you 3 years and a hell of a lot of money to catch up or do stuff. It isn't like that. It's not even close. So any games like Battlegrounds, which do also have it, or Call of Duty that also have loot boxes, they don't matter because they don't give you an advantage in the game. So it becomes a want. And here's my point now. If it's a want, it's a choice. If it's a choice, it's down to you if you want to buy it. It's like, okay, right, a car, right? I live, maybe I work around the corner, for example. Okay, awesome. I work around the corner, but I can also have this car that I can get to work in style. I want it, but I don't need it. So therefore, it's a choice. If I want to spend my money and enjoy a car just to drive around the corner and look flashy, then amazing, cool. And this is where I'm a little bit annoyed with this particular video and what he's saying here, because he's not even started yet, but it annoys me because I'm just like, bruh, like if it's a choice and you want that, then go for it. Now, don't get me wrong, if it's like an example at Diablo Immortal again, where you're paying money because you're getting beaten, your feelings are getting messed up because you're just like, oh, if only I paid, I could beat this opponent. It's doing all type of psychological things to you. And that's just one of the many things that are happening in Diablo Immortal. Then you're getting plastered by all the 50% off, 800%, but you've got only 1 minute to get it. That type of stuff is different. And that is bad loot boxing. All right. And to top it off, it's a power scaling thing as well. It gives you an advantage. That's pay to win. That's bad loot boxing. That's different. Okay. Because it's no longer, oh, I want it. And much as you do want the power, you need it to compete. So it becomes a need. And that's the problem. I mean, you've got two different games that have got loot box methods. Some of them are good, and I'd like to say I can defend them, and some of them are just like, bruh, they shouldn't exist. Honestly. Just try to control my laptop there.
Well, here's what's going to happen. Zervirus, thank you very much for the 10 get the unity subs. I appreciate that. Here's what's going to happen is that once enough countries ban it, it will cease being profitable to develop the game. To develop a game that works that way. That's what's going to happen.
Point. Yeah.
So, like, if it becomes so, if enough countries, like, you can't get money. It's like, imagine, oh, I can't get money out of the U.S. I can't get money out of Canada. It's like, maybe you can still get China. Maybe you can still get, like, a couple of countries in Europe, right? Maybe Middle East. Other than that, you can't do it. It's no longer financially lucrative and viable to develop a game like that. That's what happens.
In Europe. Quick shout out to our patrons over on Patreon. This allows you to directly support us if you're...
So I was going to answer a comment from one of you guys. That's true. Raising kids isn't easy. I get that. But if your credit card or your wallet is always in your pocket or on a safe place, and you're not slacking as a parent and putting it somewhere for them to reach, because you want to make your kids happy, yes. But if you teach your kids in the right way, I know it's not easy, and I can't. From this point, I would love to borrow JCF for a stream for this one. So if you guys can know JCF or get him to watch the stream, if he wants to collaborate and we just talk about this, that'd be amazing, because he does have kids. So he can talk from a point of view on this point. I can't say nothing. I'm going to be honest here, be transparent, and bruh, fine, okay? It's tough. But let's just say if I did have kids, I'd like, bruh, if they can't get my credit card, they can't get funds, they can't spend it. If they go out and do a paper and earn their own money and they want to spend it on Genshin or some other game, it's down on them at the end of the day. It's their money. They've worked hard for it. It's their choice. If they want to support it or whatever, it's their choice. End of really and truly. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get that. I completely, utterly get what you're saying there. And for some reason, the chat's not showing up anymore on the stream. But hopefully, I can get my other phone and I can see the chat. Actually, no, there's a way I can see chat. Give me a second. I'm being so silly. I'm borrowing Queen's laptop today, so I can actually very easily see you guys' chat today. I don't always get this option, so that's awesome. So let's do that. So let's see what you guys are saying. Cool. So N30, yeah, bro. Yeah, I completely get what you're saying. The parents, King Johnny is giving me the eyes. But yeah, bro, let's continue anyway.
Interested, every patron will have their name appear at the beginning of every single YouTube video.
Just gonna find a different way.
You'll be immortalized in the MMO genre forever. Now, according to Games Industry, 18 different countries have backed a report calling for Lootbox Regulations, dubbing the practice of gacha games exploitative and offering ideas on how they can improve in-game transactions.
Yeah.
And you know what? All right, I'll be honest. Loot boxes, gacha systems, they're all incredibly exploitative. They prey on people's...
They are not all exploiting that. ASMONGOLD's not saying this, okay? He's obviously listening to another video. They're not exploitative. Most of them are 100 billion%. But I am going to do in this stream a few games that are not, okay? Just full stop, just isn't. Just isn't. And because they put this law in place, if they do it, they're going to also take out a very few small amount of loot box games that are actually good. And that's a shame. It's a big ass damn shame. But let's continue.
Inability to control their urges. When Genshin Impact launched, Mrs.
Well,
Sticks...
that's a really big factor, right? Is like, not only does it take advantage of like kids, but it's like, so you're not just farming out kids, you're also farming disabled people.
Yeah,
you're farming the mentally ill.
True.
That's what you're doing. You're trying to get some money out of them, right? Get those, those disability checks.
Okay, good point there. I'll give him back up on that one. That's a good point. Because unlike kids, where you've got the parenting mechanics, yeah, you haven't got anything for the disabled people, the people that are mentally ill or got issues or whatever. I'm not going to get into that too much, but I'm just going to call them in general disabled, right? That's a problem because they're spending their money they should be using to take care of themselves for day-to-day life, and they're just throwing it all into this game. And 9 times out of 10, that's going to make them more sad than happy. It's just a cycle of madness. Like, I want this character, and then you don't get the character. And then because you didn't get the character, you feel horrible. Because not only have you spent all your money, but you've also like, you've got you're feeling like I need to go deeper in my pocket to spend more money to get it. And you may actually really get it eventually. You might just get lucky, you might not, to be honest. But for that point alone, fine. I can't disagree with that because I just don't see any method they can be protected. If they're in a home or something like that's different, you know what I mean? That's their job. But if you're living alone or you're just doing something, you have these disabled abilities, then god damn, you're screwed. Full stop. You're screwed.
Hey, you pay your taxes and it goes to their disability checks, and the disability checks go into the game, and the game money goes back to you.
That's
you call that the circle of life.
I know someone
right?
like that does that.
That's what it is. Holy shit.
Spent hundreds of dollars on stream and continued to waste hundreds of dollars every time a new waifu was released.
That's true.
This has a much worse effect on children as they don't fully grasp the concept of gambling. And this leads to instances
like
this.
It's not that they don't fully grasp.
Right, so this isn't ASMONGOLD this time. It's the other guy now. But, bruh, dad receives 20K credit card bill after a daughter is spending spree in Genshin. $20,000. How did that happen? How? All right, I'm just gonna say this now. If you're in UK, you got Barclays account. I don't care if I'm advertising Barclays right now. I'm not even sponsored, but I'm just telling you straight now. Some banks do this when one, you can limit for starters. Actually, for flipping starters, you can limit how much go every day for starters. All right, I don't know why you need to have a limit of 20K or whatever, it should be much lower than that, unless you are some type of crazy ass next level businessman. And then if you are, you can afford it. Do you know what I mean? But secondly, yeah, Barclays does this thing where literally anytime anything, and I mean absolutely anything, it comes up on your phone and it like does a ringtone or a noise, and you just get notified. If you got a smartwatch that doubles down, you will know, and you can stop your daughter before she even gets close to that mark. All right, that's a parenting technique for you guys if you happen to have that. All right, but or just check a bank that can do it. Okay, just check a bank that can do it. Well, otherwise, how? I know you can be crafty. So you're telling me the kid, yeah? You're telling me, yeah, the kid, yeah, jacked the card, went on Genshin, was like, brah, 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 brah. Literally all the details and just kept rolling. There's a few things wrong with that. One, how does the kid or the daughter or whatever not have been brought up in a way to know that that's not okay? How have you not tell you, like, there must have been times when the mom and the dad just said, hey, we can't afford this, not this month, not today, or whatever, and then taught them some stuff. The reason why they didn't get this for Christmas or for their birthday sometimes. Maybe the legit normal people or poor people are just really good parents and they teach them well. And it's just someone's just quite rich or do really well and they just forgot to teach them, or they've been with their nanny too long. I don't know the storyline or what happened here, okay? All I know is they need to level up, okay? This just bruh, I don't know. You guys tell me. You tell me, please. I'll listen to you guys for a second. You tell me. Oh my god. Yeah, we're how the bank didn't stop or flag it at 20k is madness. See, this is what I'm saying. L daughter, daddy be slipping. Exactly. Dad is slipping big time. Bruh, seriously though. I'm just reading you guys up to Hansa. All right, so I says it kills me up. It kills me up. I feel like asking Queen, what would you do with your parent? Like, Queen's busy working though, but we'll ask her another time. But let's continue. Like, what the hell?
The concept, it's that they don't have enough contextual understanding of why it's bad. Like, that's the reason why. Dad receives $20,000 credit card bill after daughter's spending spree in Genshin.
So you're saying that, maybe if I'm misunderstood, then ASMONGOLD, just obviously correct me, please. But you're saying that they have no idea, the kid themselves don't have no idea to know that it's bad, right? That just still screams at me. That still screams at me as that, where's the parenting gone? Are you telling me this kid doesn't know spending this much money on a game and not asking permission? Because for starters, you got to ask permission for anything you use. Just to, like, you get taught this in kindergarten, you learn to share and you get the basics. You also learn not to steal. So I don't get it. I don't get it. It just sounds like a spoiled kid that has just not been leveled up properly. Okay, sorry, just sounds like slacking
Impact.
To me. Just no.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Where children.
That's just bad parenting. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. But it's not just bad parenting, exactly. Right? Like, for example, like, there are a lot of, like, let me give you an example. So let's say if they made a law where any time that, like, somebody spent a lot of money on these games, they could have it all refunded from the company. Like, the company legally was required to refund them the money. I think that would be a good thing. I do. Like, if, let's say you...
No. Wait a minute. No. All right. Okay. This is where I start defending them a little bit. It's not their fault. Like, there's some games that do predatory, and we're gonna get into the psychological thing in a minute where they do, right? And in a lot of the games, 80% of them, maybe even higher, yes, they do. Okay, because they do this next thing to your mind and they make you do it. Okay, effectively, like even the normal people they get, yeah, fair enough. But if we're talking about, because we just talked about Genshin Impact here now, so we're getting onto the subject. We're talking about Genshin Impact. No, Genshin Impact does not do this thing where it plasters you every 5 seconds going, bruh, you want to buy this? Bruh, you want to buy this? Bruh, look, 80% off. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm going to show proof in later. When When he keeps mentioning something more critical, I'm probably going to bring it up. But I'll leave it for now because I want to keep hearing what he's got to say. But it doesn't. I'll tell you what it does do, Genshin Impact. And you can go into the game and see for yourself. You'll go in. If it's your first time ever in there, they'll tell you there's a new character. Yeah, fine. Once every 3 weeks or a month, whatever a character comes out. That's it. Unless you click on that star thing where you want to check where it is, that's it. There's not even a notification up there, like a red dot letting you go, bruh. A lot of games do that as well, and I hate that. Nirikini, the worst for that. There are even notifications you cannot get rid of unless you buy it. The worst. For me, I've got a notification. I hate ignoring notifications. It's really tough for me. So that did my head in. But my point is that it doesn't do that. It really doesn't. You've got loads of these things where it says like, you got things that say you get a value, yeah? But you can't see it until you go into that shop anyways. It doesn't pop up. And then when you go into it, you don't need it. Honestly, guys, you don't need it at all. Like, it's one of those things where you can just farm play the game. And you can say that about a lot of games, but I'm telling you now, for Genshin Impact, you super don't need it. Because one, it's not PvP. So there's no type of, if I'm not strong or if I don't have this character, I can't win this battle. You don't have any of that. You can just take your time, and if a character looks pretty or you like the look of their moves, you can try go for it. The free-to-play, what's that method called? The pity system is great for free-to-players because you can deliberately miss characters, save up, and guarantee yourself a character, and you will get that character. You will not get a thing called a constellation when you get copies of that character. Maybe not, but you don't need it. It's just extra power or extra flair to a move that looks pretty. That's pretty much how it works. Pretty much so. So, yeah, but again,
and over like $300 or $500, and you file a thing that says like, hey, I didn't mean to spend this money. It was my kid or something like that, and then the company legally had to give you the money back. I would consider this to be a positive. Yeah, I would consider this to just be like a 100% positive. And what's this here? The money was refunded to the father. Good. That's what should happen every time. How do you prove it? I don't care if you have to prove it or not. Yeah, I don't really care. I think that whenever you run, like, I don't care if people exploit the game companies because the game companies exploit the people. You see what I'm saying? I don't care.
Tens of thousands of dollars without even realizing it's a problem. The Norwegian Consumer Council has released a new report on the ongoing impact of loot boxes in the games industry, backed by 20 consumer groups in 18 European countries.
That's a lot of people.
The report gives an outline of the history of monetization in games and how practices around loot boxes and in-game currency have evolved to exploit consumers. It highlights deceptive design in games, tricks that exploit cognitive or behavioral biases to incentivize spending. Loot boxes are also...
All right, so I've heard this thing that they're employing. This is dirty. Now, this is why I say that I agree with what Asmongold's saying sometimes, and it's true, mostly of it, because they are employing psychiatrist people for gaming, for game design. This is how dirty corporates and companies are getting now. They are designing it specifically for reactions and for you to be almost hypnotized to buy. Now, effectively, Genshin could be doing this. Effectively, all right? But I will still defend it when I go into it later to show you some things about it. But this is true. And this is dangerous. And to be honest, you could probably do this with every single game in existence. In all honesty, you can do this with a console game. Effectively, get some psychiatrists that tell them to make the game case look a certain way and to put it up for sale or download on the PlayStation Store or the Nintendo Switch Store. Do certain things to it and put psychological things on it. Do you know what I mean? You can do this with everything. So to be honest, at the same time, this comment isn't really valid. The reason why it's not valid is because, one, there's nothing you can do about it. You're never going to stop them from employing psychiatrists, do you know what I mean? To influence it in a certain way. You may put a dent in the armor, but they're always going to have them in because they know it works. They do it because it works. If something works and makes them a lot of money, they can kind of continually do it. I do not even see how they can ban loot boxing, but they're never going to ban psychiatrists working for a game company. And even if they do, they will still somehow get around it and sneak him in somehow and give him a new game name. Instead of psychiatrist, it'll be called gaming psychology, gamingology, whatever bull crap. A bit like, because I'm an actor basically. Way back, I used to do supporting acting and I still do here and there, and I do modeling work. But my point is that they called us extras. Now in UK, now they call us supporting artists. Do you know what I mean? They're just flaring up, changing the role. And you're just like, bruh, I ain't getting paid more. I'm still doing the same thing. Don't flare it up. So yeah, that's a serious bro. That's dirty. That is flipping dirty.
So frequently marketed aggressively by advertising the possible rewards, which
Of
is
course
also
they are.
considered deceptive
Yeah.
by the report, which is unfortunately very true. Every time you log into a gacha game, you're bombarded with endless banners showcasing all of the incredible looking waifu and husbando bait. Did you know that for the next 4 hours only, you can get these XP items, these gems,
800%
and in-game
value.
currency at a 60%?
Okay, so you heard that point, yeah? You heard that point. Let's go into Genshin really quickly now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see if we can find that in there. Let's go. Let's go. Now, bear in mind, I've got this kind of special thingy at the moment that's up because I haven't played for ages. This just shows that I don't even play Genshin anymore. Like, I like Genshin, it's fun, but I like loads of other games too. Okay. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not a specific special defender of Genshin or anything like that. I'm just being that guy that just wants to speak against reason, but like there are some good eggs. There really is. And yeah, so we're just going in, pretty much, we're loading it up. She's so far. No cash thingies yet. Not yet. This is the most evidential thing you're gonna get, because this is current, this is up to date, this is live, okay? So let's see. If it comes up and pops up and they've changed since I've last played, then that's a shame, all right? And that's more embarrassment for me, fine, all right? And obviously Genshin has let me down here, but I'm trying to prove a point. So Genshin is all you now, is all you, bro. I hope you can show these people what you're like and what it's like, because, yeah, it'd be mental otherwise. It's taking a long time to load. But the percentage and it being only around for 1 minute and all that psychology stuff that they're putting into it, my God, that is filthy. Filthy. All right, so I've loaded in, not touching it. One of my hands here, the other hand's just holding the phone. A quest comes up, that's it. Okay, because I haven't played the game for ages, I've got 4 notifications, which just probably means they're new. Okay, once I click those, they're gone. All right, and that's it. That's it. There's nothing coming up there, bro, buy this 600% of nothing. All right, now let me take you through the possible things you can get. All right, so we'll go into the main thing that everyone shouts out about enrolling. So this is a new character. This actually came out 19 days, which means it came out either yesterday or today. All right, that's it. That's it. There's no percentage or anything on it at all. It just tells you the system of like how to guarantee get it as a free to play and how you can maybe increase your chances as a pay to win, pretty much. The days and timer on it is because they've got to cycle through the characters. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of characters in the game. They could put it all in one banner, but the problem with putting it all in one banner, where I'm going to put an example for this one, is if you got all characters on one banner, you're never going to get the character you want. So instead of doing that, they give you a banner and you just wait until your character appears there. What's wrong with that? And again, you don't need this. You can complete the game without touching it once. You really don't. And a lot of games, like for example, Diablo Immortal, so to plaster it and smack it in the face, but Diablo Immortal doesn't even give you pay to win currency. You can't earn pay to win currency in Diablo. In this game, you can. The pay to win currency in this is Primo Gems. All right, you can't earn Genesis crystals, but you don't need Genesis crystals because I'll show you what the Genesis crystals do. Okay, so let's go to the shop now. Now, the shop is time limited, but the time limited is just, again, a refresh. It isn't like, so all this stuff down here, it doesn't matter. You get all of this in the game. You pick up all these from monsters unlimitedly. You can farm these. The only things you can't farm is these weapons. You don't need those weapons. Those weapons are terrible anyways. You don't need them. There's just no reason to get that. All right. And then you got these wishes, which allows you just to stack them from the currency you get in the game. So, as you know, that's the Stardust. That's different, but you don't need that. Okay. Go here. Again, free to play method. And you just get these every time. So I've missed out on loads of these because I've not been playing. You just get these. You just save up your wishes. You just save them up. And then when you feel like playing again or you want to get a character and it looks pretty, yeah. And it effectively allows you to get a full constellation character that way. If you just keep saving up and just taking your time and just popping back whenever you want to. And this is the pay to win currency bit where you can just go, bruh, do that and done. You don't have to spend any funds. You really don't. Literally. Okay, gift shop. Now, this is the bit where you might see some percentages. Let's see if we can find some. No? And you still don't need these. Honestly, you get all of this in the game. You don't need it. You don't need to train faster or level faster. There is just no need. All of this is if you want it, you're lazy, or you can't be asked, or you just want it now for whatever reason. That's it. That is it. Just because you want it now. And if you are just that bad, not controlling yourself, then there's no helping you anyways. Okay, Hutao. So I guess I don't know if you guys see that, if you get my point. There's literally nothing else. Everything in that shop, you just get out in the world. It's just impatience if you can't be asked. And that's why I feel like if they're gonna change gacha game, they should learn from Genshin, personally. That's just how I feel about that, honestly. That is just how I feel about that, because bruh, it just makes so much sense. It just makes so much sense. If it's a want, it's a different story. But if it's a need, because you need to compete and other people affect your happiness because they beat you, that's different. Completely, utterly different. That, in my point of view, is a good idea of a gacha game, personally. I'm just going to read what you guys have got to say really quickly, though. Yeah, pay all constantly. I'm not going to listen to you, Lucifer, because you're dodgy. You're a bad example of our community. Many people clicks Genshin generates a ton of profit. Yeah, I look at it and I want waifu now. All right, fine. So let's talk about the waifu thing. Because something looks aesthetically pleasing, that's still a choice. Like, I'm going back to my car idea. Like, if a car looks amazing, it's what, 100, 200k or something like that for that Lamborghini or Bugatti Veyron. It's pretty, but I don't need it. Do you know what I mean? You see the characters in Genshin, they look pretty, but you don't need it. If you want it, fine. That's fine. Support the game. Do you know what I mean? If you like the character, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. There isn't anything wrong with that. And you can always get that character if you use the system, if you learn the system. There's no issue with that. You could say that with all the other games, but the other games do it differently. They put percentages, they do all these other things, they plaster you. You go in the game, straight away, bam, buy this, do you know what I mean? Those games are different, those ones are horrible. Do you know what I mean? Especially when there's loads of them. I can go to Nirikuni now and 20 will hit me in the face. Do you know what I mean? Just straight off the back. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll do something and then go, bam, and they'll give me another one. I'll do like a dungeon, bam. Oh, do you want to get this guaranteed instantly? If you go into their shop has just immense a variety of things. So much. I went to Genshin. Yeah, you see all those items, but all those items are in the game. All of them are in the game. You can go in the field, go to a tree, hit the tree, you'll get some. There's no need for it. No need for it. But yeah, let's continue this video.
60% discount?
800%.
You have to act fast, because after the 4 hours are up,
it's gone.
The deal will disappear forever. And it works.
People need to go outside and touch some grass.
The thing is, like, the reason
That's
why
nice,
they
true.
use these sales
That's nice,
techniques
true. That's jokes.
is because they work.
Those separately, it might cost
It's
me
that
over
simple.
$10. But with this, $4.99, it's only one time, right? And
Yep.
it isn't.
That's
going
true.
to
And I'm not going to lie.
only once,
They've
guys.
got me a
Wait,
few
there's
times with that
actually
one.
An even bigger package that could save me even more money.
Mhm.
They
You
got
get
me a
double
few
the
times
XP
with that. The
items,
ones with the
double
$1.
gems, double the in-game currency.
Yeah, you'd be losing money if you didn't buy the biggest package.
You
Yeah.
also get various
Yeah.
different gear upgrades and a
Those
force
are
just
the-
smart.
and it's only $14.99.
Yeah.
Dude, this is actually a steal. Holy crap. And it
What a great deal.
expires in 1 hour. This doesn't leave me very long to contemplate my options.
No, you just buy it.
And that right there is just a single example. One that
Yep.
I've seen happen all too frequently. Two
Yeah.
case studies of particularly predatory practices are also included in the document. It details how loot boxes are implemented in FIFA 22 and in ranked
Oh yeah, but
champions,
FIFA is
and
a great
the
example
problems
of
that it
just
presents.
evil.
And
FIFA is just
Oh, God,
actual
Raid Shadow
unrefined
Legends.
Hi there, we
evil.
do not sponsor. We cooperate only with those YouTubers who play our game and want to be our influencers. We do
Even
not pay
I know
money
that's
for it.
bullcrap.
Wait, what? Yeah, you
Even
do.
I
Like,
know
what are you
that's
talking
nonsense.
about? Like, what was this a response to? What the
Devs
fuck?
are so dumb sometimes.
the game that paid YouTubers and
Devs are so
streamers
dumb
thousands
sometimes.
of dollars to fly out to events, then proceeded to claim that they've never sponsored any creators.
What?
You couldn't
What?
have made a better case for suspicious malpractice. And this is where things
Out of
begin
context,
to
yeah,
get
it must be.
interesting. The report rounds up by listing several actions that the industry and
That
its
game looks good,
regulators
though.
can take to improve the
think it's
landscape
Project
around
Snow
loot
that game's
boxes.
called.
This includes banning the aforementioned deceptive design, meaning either gotcha games, games that implement any form of loot box, remove the feature
Even I got
entirely
sponsored
from
by
their
Shadow
core,
Legends.
Yeah.
or cease distribution within their country. In essence,
It's
banning
gone.
them, denoting all in-game purchases in real-world currency. meaning
That's a big one.
Yeah, that is a big one. So that is right. So if they go ahead and just ban them in all countries, these type of quality of games are going to stop existing. Period. And it's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's good because it might restore gaming. It will force them to find new ways to improve the pay-to-win market. So Diablo Immortal type games don't exist, and it's just fair gaming again. It may not happen when I'm still alive, but hopefully it'll get to that point. But my problem is that we're going to miss out on good games or games that are just never released because they don't have the right monetization to produce them. That's the issue right there.
That would be really fucking cool if they did that. They make it to where you have to do it with real world currency. Where it's not like you can't have any gems or, relics or platinum coins or jewels or anything like that. You can only buy it with USD. Yeah, that would be massive.
explicitly stating exactly how much money X item or Y service will cost, not implementing loot boxes in games aimed at minors. This is more or less similar to the first fix by removing loot boxes from any games that are not aimed at adults specifically. More transparency around algorithms that determine the outcome of a purchase. This is never going to happen. More enforcement around consumer rights.
Wait, so what I think he's saying, or if I understand it, is they're trying to give the loot boxes to the adults, but the kids don't get it. Good idea, but not, because people will loophole that, and then I'll pretend to put my age as a, as a 12-year-old, so I get access to no loot rolls to get better stuff. Do you know what I mean? And you'll find out that all the adults will be doing that. That's what I'm understanding. I might have misunderstood there, but yeah, that's not gonna work. It's like the VPN thing. People get around
games, and you know what? Neither will this, because these companies bank off of abusing their players and taking significant advantage of them.
Of course they do.
It adds that if these remedies do not alleviate the issues, the industry should consider a ban of paid loot boxes in games altogether, which would...
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen, because what they're going to do is that as soon as these regulations come out, this first round of regulations is just simply, it's like a cat and mouse game, right? Where what the ultimate reality of what's going to happen is that they will just be banned. Because as soon as they make it against the rules to do X or Y thing, then they're just going to try and do Z instead. Well, then you have to just put a categorical ban against the whole thing. Who's enforcing it? The government is. Obviously. Who else could possibly enforce it?
As you no doubt feared, mean the removal of
It's not
every
good- it's
gacha
not good
game,
news, but
every
it's not
game
bad
that
news.
utilizes loot boxes or practices rewarding players with random items, currency, waifus, and husbandos outfits for real money. If these alterations to gacha design do not alleviate the issues present, then it will be solely up to the individual discretion of the company to decide.
I don't know how I feel about costumes and skins as loot boxes. One side of it, it's good because if you get that skin, not many people have it. Like if you know there's like a really, really amazing looking armor or skin, do you know what I mean? It's just super sick. It's not sick anymore if everyone has it. Do you know what I mean? So that's a problem. Because you can just, let's say we take out the loot box system, yeah? Fine, that's great. You can have it. Amazing, that's cool. But it stops being special because everyone has it. It's not amazing anymore. Do you know what I mean? No matter how good looking it is, it's just not cool anymore. And the loot box system kind of makes that work. Do you know what I mean? So the only best way I can really suggest around that is you do a loot box still, yeah? Hear me out first, because you're like, whoa, kid, whoa. No, I'm not on the dev side or the company sides or whatever. Hear me out. People play the game, they get some type of currency in game, all right? Not connected to the wallet or nothing like that. Let's say you get like 100 crystals or whatever, and it's like 10 crystals per roll, but it's free to play crystals that you generate and you produce yourself. That's it. And then you roll that root boss for a skin. Bam. All right. And then that particular style, that skin, is only available if you have supported the game. All right. That's only fair. All right. Because we may be saying we hate loot box games, guys. Yeah. Fair enough. And it's a problem. Fair enough. But here's the other issue, or here's the other idea. Queen's so loud with her peanuts. It's making so much noise, doing it twice. Gonna come up there, kick your butt, Queen. No, I'm kidding. Do you want to get you a bowl for you? Do you want to get you a bowl?
I don't know.
I don't know if you guys could hear it. It was just proper loud. I was just like, woman. So yeah, here's the thing we could do. So yeah, because anybody that supports the game gets to do that loot box thing, and that loot box thing is still just free. You can only generate it for free, basically, and then it gives people chances to get that. Anyone can have it, as long as whatever money you put in, it could have been just $1 or whatever towards whatever stupid thing it is. It doesn't matter. You get access to that, and then you get this unique kind of clothes or costume you get to wear. I think that's an amazing idea. Okay, that's fine. Yes, you got the loot box thing, but it doesn't matter because even when they run out of those crystals that only they can get free to play a day or whatever, that's it. They can't put their cash in the game. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't become a problem. So that's just my idea of solving that problem, because costumes and skins are cool, but they're not cool if everyone has them. And that's just how I feel about
If the
that.
European market is worth the removal of a core part of what has made the entire gaming scene adopt this business model.
Yep.
Additionally, the UK is calling for evidence on loot boxes ahead of reviewing whether or not
I'm from
loot boxes
UK.
are the equivalent
I
of
can't update to
gambling.
that, so-
And Australia also has a similar proposal to this pending currently
Oh,
as well.
Australia's doing it too.
It's coming,
Ooh.
boys. It's coming. Like, it's going to happen.
damn.
It's going to be. The governments regulate a ton of markets every day. It's
Yeah,
because
they do.
people don't understand that. You know, like, they don't know about the regulations that do exist. So they just assume that, like, regulation means that, oh, like, the government is just going to, like, make it, like, really bad or something like that. There are a lot of regulations
That's
that
a good
happen
point,
for
and
good
for,
reasons.
I'll say
And
that in a second,
you
yeah.
are very, very happy that that these regulations exist. Let me tell you that. Why should I suffer? Because stupid people can't control themselves? People questioning enforcement already being invaded
Not
by these game
stupid,
companies,
some
by
of
the way.
them are
Oh, yeah, of
vulnerable
course.
people.
And so
vulnerable
why should
people and
you
stupid
have to
people are
suffer because
different.
of this?
Right.
I don't...
Let me just add that really quickly. Vulnerable people and stupid people are different people. Stupid people are strong individuals that just decide to be stupid, and they know better, but they still fall for it. Vulnerable people is where they don't have any actual control, and it's a problem. Okay, and there's got multiple things beyond that you guys will not understand because you don't have that problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, one of you guys in the chat could have dyslexia, for example, but another one of you guys won't, and you won't understand the troubles and the annoyingness of having dyslexia for anything word or English based or even maths based. It's just something that you don't comprehend. Like, I don't get why, actually, no, I might be personal for Queen. So I mentioned that for Queen because it's something that Queen's got for a good example. But I'm not going to say that now. But my point is that you won't understand because you don't have it. And it's just that simple. Do you know what I mean? So that's not really it's not really fair there. It's not really fair. N3O did say make a skin available through gameplay, but make it hard and make a game of skill, not wallet. So a few games have done that already. To be honest, Project Arrival, a new game that's not come out yet, a survival game, not connected to NetEase as well, by the way. So I'm hoping their monetization is going to be better. They do that. If you do the map completions and do hard missions, you get unique skins that you can only get through playing the game. It's a great idea. They already on it, and that's why I like new companies that are not connected to the old companies, because the old companies are stuck in their way. Kafir, anyone connected to Kafir, same bull crap, never gonna change. Okay. NetEase, another big company, also connected to, I believe, Netmarble. They're not gonna change. Don't even bother. Like every game they do is just gonna empty your wallet or empty your soul. Do you know what I mean? So if you can find a new company with a new game concept, like Mahayo effectively Genshin was, don't get me wrong, Mahayo isn't a new company. They've been around for a while. It's just that their fame only shot them up crazily with Genshin. Genshin was their Pacific game that got them going. So it just the new companies have got to be the new way forward, a new era, as it were.
Number one, I don't really consider it suffering whenever people want to save you the money, and also like it's because it's bad.
Crafty Chinese always after
it's
my
deliberately
wallet.
misleading. Like, why do you think they're hiring psychologists to get people addicted to the games? It's because they're doing it on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. They're trying to do this.
Could lead to a catastrophic shift in game design and the potential ruin of many gacha games, including, once again,
what I'm worried about.
non-gacha games like Lost Ark or Overwatch or even
my
League
game
of
looks
Legends
nice,
around the world. What do you guys think, though? Because realistically, is this...
That's right. All they have to do is ban it in like a few of these major countries. Like if they banned it in the US and the EU, these games would cease to exist. Because like they can't, like the amount of money that they need to develop the games, they can't recoup that money anymore. Because there are so few places that they can monetize. Yeah, there's a critical mass for this. Wrong.
What's going to happen though is because companies and people need money, they'll find another way around it. If it gets denied, they will find another way. It won't just ever just stop. I'm sure he knows this, but yeah, they'll find another way. It will just slow down things a lot, because what it is that business, like, so I ran a business, right? I've run a business before, and their businesses are very strong believers of never reinventing the wheel. What that means is that they will copy paste anything that is successful, and then they'll put their little bit of spin on it. But the whole rule of one is do not reinvent the wheel, because reinventing the wheel is effectively a new idea, a new concept, and new concepts most of the time do not work, right? So that's what it is. But if it gets banned, or they get the news that it's going to be banned soon, they're already starting to design a counter to it already. They're already working their minds and their heads on it. If they haven't got idea yet, they've got time. But I'm telling you now, they're already working on it. They're already working on a different starting account. I feel like maybe Mahayo already knew this time ago, and that's how they made their game the way they did. Do you know what I mean? Because they know the importance of feeling special. The reason why it's still a loot box type system, because you want your characters to be only I've got Venti or whatever gacha girl that makes you horny that you buy for. Okay, do you know what I mean? I want that to me to only have it for the free to players. That's amazing, because I can say to you now, Kingoftryinit has been playing it for nearly 2 years, maybe more, and she hasn't spent a single penny. And she's more OP than me. She does way more damage and consistency and way more better than I am, and she hasn't spent a single penny. Do you know what I mean? So, do you know what I mean? And then this is the same that still pays a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? So unless they're all disabled people and they've just lost their bodily functions and they just keep throwing money in, I don't get how it's happening.
China's big. Oh no, games like this will still exist. But they won't be made in the US.
China and Japan.
Yeah, of course games will always exist.
They'll keep going now, I reckon.
And that's also assuming China won't get rid of it too. No. Because as soon as one country does it, a lot of times other countries do it too. They say, hey, look, these guys are doing it. Maybe we should do the same thing.
Yeah, they might do
There's no certainty that China's going to let people continue doing that too.
But I don't know, man. There might be like a China mob boss.
So prevalent these days.
They'll be like, no, we want money to keep flowing government.
Regulation is necessary at this juncture before things spiral severely out of control.
That looks really cool.
I don't know
We've
what
all
game this
seen
is
the
actually.
various malpractices that, Cooney
I don't know if this
Crossworlds
is
has
in a
been
beta or
engaged
anything
in
like
and
this game.
bore witness to the horrendous state of Diablo Immortal. Heck, I knew people in Perfect World and
Damn.
Tales of Pirates over
I thought
14
Tales of,
years ago that spent
Tales
tens
of
of
Tower of
thousands of
Fantasy was
dollars
going
on
to be the one,
RNG
but
packs
whatever
to
this
get the
game is,
best gear
might
obtainable
make it
in-game.
dangerous.
And while I
No
feel pretty
joke.
strongly about monetization and business models in video games, I feel the same about play to earn, blockchain, and NFTs as well. We're letting all these predatory monetization models just decimate the gaming scene, and it's gotten pretty disgusting. Well, it's because people are too stupid to realize it. That's why. Is that like these things, and it's not that they're stupid, it's that they don't really, they're not spending all day doing this. Like, they're not thinking about this all the time.
Okay, you
They
recovered
just
yourself
use
there. I
their
was just
phone
about
and
to
play
come
video
in then.
games sometimes. And also, it's like a kid. I mean, fuck, it's like an 11-year-old kid. Wow, you were able to finesse some 11-year-old kid out of his allowance. Great job, man. What a fucking mental accomplishment that is. More countries do impose restrictions on practices like this, though. We might finally see a positive shift in the industry. But maybe that's just me. Again, what do you guys
I think that'll happen. I do. I do think it'll happen. It's just bad parenting. So,
Yeah,
give me 1
for
second.
the kids, it's parenting.
I
For the
covered
disabled people, no hope.
Oh shit! The Diablo Immortal Indefinite. It's too long of a video. I'm not going to watch that one right now. What about IRL loot boxes?
So
They're basically loot
I already
boxes.
agree with Diablo.
Yeah, I think you could say that IRL,
It's like
card packs, are to some
cash
degree
related and all
gambling
that.
too.
It's-
But card
yeah.
packs, you can buy the cards individually, and also you own the card packs as an absolute, and it's also a physical product. So, I mean, all three of those things are different, and you can probably make arguments for other things that are different as well.
Whoa. Because they're physical, it's different. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Physical, and just because it's digital and physical doesn't make it different. Now, like even Kinder eggs or whatever, but the thing is that it's the value that a possible thing can hold. All right, that's what makes them different. Okay, because you got a digital game where you haven't physically got it, but it's what it means to you. It doesn't have to be physical or digital for it to mean something to you. So if a Kinder Egg has a golden figure in it that is worth, let's say something stupid, 10 million, then bro, you better you believe people are going to start buying Kinder Eggs and start loot rolling and trying to get that money. Do you know what I mean? Because for starters, the Kinder Eggs are cheap as fuck, which means you can buy a stupid amount of them, therefore increasing your chances. Do you know what I mean? And let's just say that they put 1,000 out of them, thousand of them out there. You bet your shit that Kinder Eggs are gonna be a loot box like crazy because there's something of value in there. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to. It's value. Pokemon cards are probably the worst, or these card games are probably the worst because if you get that particular card and you're into playing the game, you've got to keep buying the cards to get that particular card that you want that will devastate your competition. And because it's PvP based, it's worse. It's the same thing. And you never know. It probably could have came from that because I feel like card games were first. Do you get what I'm saying? They were probably first before mobile started doing their madness because mobile was in the era of, I know I'm going to show my age now. Nokia 3310, we had Snake, all right? But Snake didn't have any pay to win. Didn't have any money transactions in it, okay? It was just a dot, you move around, you win, all right? And then that phone, if you got shot, would take a bullet for you, okay? That's how good that phone was. And then it would still work. But you can't get that now. But GG Dinosaur, oh, thanks, Lee. But yeah, like, it's the same. Like, it's because obviously we come from the Nokia 10 now. I think the first games we still had was like fucking Candy Crush, stuff like that. Games that don't even matter. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know why you would pay to win in those games, to be honest. To be honest, I don't even know. Maybe because you wanted to rank. But as soon as PvP gets involved in any type of randomization loot obtaining thing, if I put it that way, it becomes quickly destructive because you've got this mindset and the psychology of either I want to be the best, I want the card because it looks pretty, I just want to be one of those people that very few have it. That's just three reasons out of many I could think of straight off the bat. Because I know this stream has probably gone on way too long already, so I'm not gonna go too much into it. But I can't believe he said that. Like, you can't be serious. Of course it's the same. Of course it's the same. Maybe it was just a minor.
So I don't think it's really fair to compare a card pack to a loot box, although they are, you're right, fundamentally also a gamble. Yeah, that's the way I think. Yeah, you technically own it. That's what it is. Kinder eggs or loot boxes, sure. And so anyway, I agree with this, and I'm glad to see this. In my opinion, I think that there will be a point, a critical mass, where enough people are against the gambling stuff, and it ends up just tanking the entire idea. I'm excited for that to happen. Cards are tradable and increase in value as well. Yeah, exactly. Nope, a value of a product depends on your own wants, so no more collecting things at all, guns, bank, money itself. That's not how it works. I understand that you're trying to draw this illogical comparison.
You guys aren't saying this madness.
But, I don't really, as I said,
you guys in the chat are the smart people.
These silly logical extremes, these things don't work on me. Yeah, they don't work. Like, you're not gonna like trick me into this or whatever. It's not gonna happen.
All right, so that's it for that. So as you can see, I disagree with some of his comments. Some of it is like, yeah, of course, if you are anybody with logic, gaming, history, anything like that, and especially if you come from a console background, because console, maybe PC, maybe not more PC anymore, because PC starting to merge very closely to mobile. Nearly every game is merging with mobile now, but the consoles aren't quite doing it yet. They have a few of them have merged. Example, Genshin Impact is actually a console merged to a mobile, but the consoles are still staying, in my eyes, in my knowledge, legit at the moment. So if you're a console gamer, when you come over to this side, it just hurts you up, messes you up, and it's just like, what the hell is this? And you're not used to it. And that's why I feel like the biggest downfall of Diablo Immortal is that because they are from console or PC, and they're from back in the days PC where that didn't exist. So if you slap that on, of course they're going to have a reaction. And that's nearly most of Diablo's audience. But of course, Diablo Immortal is going to prey on the new audience, the new people that don't know, but like, oh, I'll try this. I saw an advert. Looks manly, looks like muscles and demons and slaying that. This is what I want. Like, yeah. And they talk like that somehow. But yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Okay. And that's these people that are funding this game. But what I'm going to tell you now is, even those people are going to realize that, bruh, what the hell is this? And they're going to just get quick money. Just like Nero King, just like so many other games, Maple Story as well. Maple Story had such humongous launch because it had Gravitasium, or not Gravitasium, it had history. It's like Diablo, it had history. It had already legendary status on it. So when it went to mobile, people were just like, man, it's convenient now. And some people didn't even hear it, but because the name was so legendary, they may not have played it, but they've heard of the name Maple Story. Sometimes it's just that powerful. It had such a biggest jump. It was so like, people couldn't get in the game for days. That's how full Maple Story was. It was crazy. Okay. Died in like a week or two. Died so quickly. Like, don't worry, it's still got players in it, it's still got a fan base, it's still running, but these companies are always going for quick success and never the longevity. The only company that I've known to do longevity for a decent while is probably Fortnite, Minecraft, effectively Genshin Impact. They're still winning, they're still doing well, they're still making dumb amount of money. And obviously I've showed you how that game works already. Just trying to think at the top of my head. Apex did do well for a while. I don't think it's doing well on mobile now, because obviously the Apex, when it was doing well, it's dipped now. So Apex is just like, it's all right at the moment, but it's like, no. I'm just saying a few games just the top of my head really quick. If you guys got any names of games, yeah, they're also doing well, then just say in the chat. But they did well for longevity because what they have in common is they weren't paid to win. They weren't, predatory. They weren't all this crazy stuff. Do you know what I mean? Now, effectively, you could call, because we're going back to the skins now, like Apex and maybe Fortnite, they could be predatory because it's a loot box for the skins and the costumes. Fair enough. But again, you don't need it. Doesn't make you stronger. It doesn't affect your ability to win a game or to participate in a game. It's just if you want to look pretty, it's a chance or a rarity. And for that, for the kids, it's parenting. For the disabled people, I'm sorry, I can't think of any way to help you. I just don't. So I think they are actually screwed. But the adults, people like myself, level yourself up. Do some self development. Do some meditation. Improve yourself. Listen to Chew. Go outside and touch some grass. Do you know what I mean? Do that. Do whatever you gotta do in it. Like, bruh, like she's all happy that I mentioned Minecraft just then. Well, I'm not playing it still. I refuse to. It's about the way that you go though and manipulating into buying you and you don't need. This is true. Yeah, right. So it's a manipulation, yeah. For some of the games, hell to the yes. I'm sorry, Genshin Impact. I feel like it just doesn't do that. You may see pretty girls and be like, oh, but you can see pretty girls everywhere. You can go outside and see someone pretty, and they're not even anime, they're real. So that's worse. But it doesn't mean you're gonna go up to them and start giving them your money, is it? Do you know what I mean? To win them, because you bet your ass there's some money, some gold diggers out there that will take your money and probably chill with you or date you because you're just giving them money. Fine, then spend your money there instead of the game. Makes more sense. At least they're physically there and you might get something out of it. You know what I mean? So it's tough, bro. And for you, man, I get what you're saying, and it's definitely true for some games because their techniques are just endless and they just throw it in your face. But for the games that don't throw it in your face and there's a choice to click on it, and a game's gonna make new things to keep you interested. Because what people are also kind of saying is, hey, don't update the game, don't design more awesome stuff for you to like. You got to keep people interested. That's the goal. Do you know what I mean? If you're not plastering it and doing these crazy deals, that's cool. Do you know what I mean? Keep people interested. Why not? Why the hell not? I like a new character. Maybe my character doesn't come here. I'm looking for a dual-bladed guy. Maybe like Zoro has three swords and does mad things. I'm down for that. Do you know what I mean? I've always been a sword guy over a flipping gun guy. So I don't know, man. Like it just it just makes sense to me that you're gonna continue to improve the game and bring up more things and more story. You want to entertain your audience. It's like making a comedy or something. You want to continue entertaining your audience. Obviously, if Netflix did a loot box system of if you want more Rick and Morty, if you're a fan of Rick and Morty, then this is gonna mean something to you. You want more Rick and Morty, yeah. then then this is what you have to do. You have to do a loot box system, and then let's say what's in there. There's old episodes of Friends in there. My Wife and Kidson's in there. Maybe I'm just naming random stuff. The Simpsons or whatever. All right. But the percentage of getting a new episode, one episode of Rick and Morty is like 3%, and you have to keep buying Netflix loot box to get it. Do you know what I mean? That's dirty. That's different. But trust me, if they did that, I could tell you now that would work. I tell you right now, it would be broken. I hope Netflix doesn't even hear that, but that would be broken. Trust me, if there was an episode that no one could see unless you did that, and there was like 5 extra episodes of Rick and Morty, but you had to go through that loot box system to get it, and then only you could watch it. Trust me. Trust me, they would make buckets. Anything that has got hype and that people want to know what the next episode is, if they did a loot box for TV shows, it would work. It would be broken as hell. And the worst part about it is it wouldn't be aimed at kids. Well, those shows wouldn't anyways. I don't think they should. If they did a loot box for flipping Finding Dora or or what could I think, SpongeBob SquarePants, something like that. That's that. Come on. That's disgusting. That's vile. And then aiming at kids, that's vile. I'm not sure why kids would want another episode of SpongeBob, but you get what I'm saying. You do get what I'm saying, right? So yeah. So that's my thing for it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys really enjoy these type of live streams or videos or whatever, or somehow make another one, make it shorter, let me know and we'll keep, going at it. So only if there are things I disagree with. I'm not going to stay here and say I agree with all of this. That's just bruh. But if there's something that we're passionate about and we want to get out there as a team or as a channel, then we'll go in. All right, guys. All right. This is Kingoftryinit, always trying it. my first kind of proper reaction to a big guy here, ASMONGOLD TV. I do wish him the best. Most of his content is pretty damn good. So if you haven't, check him out, get some information off him, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.